Howdy gamers, welcome to Bloodborne. This is one of my favorite games of all time, and in my opinion, the best FromSoft game by far. And the title is not clickbait. I will be beating Bloodborne and its DLC all on my phone. Now, there isn't a way to show my phone screen to you directly because Remote Play refuses to be recorded, so the game will look normal for you, but this is what I'm working with. This is going to be awful, but I'm sure it's going to be very entertaining for you. Big ups to Scumnut, who I stole this idea from. If you haven't seen this guy, I highly recommend him. He's an absolute beast. And with that being said, please enjoy my pain and suffering. Bloodborne starts where all good Souls games do, the character creator, and this was a perfect way to set the baseline for how upsetting this was going to be. Navigating the menu took twice as long as it normally would, but in the end, I got there. And I've created quite the specimen. Say hello to Demetrius. If making the character was this much trouble, then this run is going to take a while. I wake up in Yosefka's clinic, and the first thing I do is remove my hood, as hiding this face should be criminal. On our way out of the clinic, we encounter our first enemy, a werewolf. Let's see how combat goes. Alright, let's go, wolf. Shit. This is gonna be rough. I wake up in the hunter's dream where I get my first weapons, the saw cleaver and flintlock, and return to kill the wolf. After putting Fido down like Myron Woodson, I leave the clinic and head out to Old Yarnum. Before fighting the area boss, I decide to level up a bit and grind for some better items, like the saw spear and the old hunter garb, which I'll likely be using for the rest of this run. I also grinded up my blood vials and bullets. And after grinding, I've gotten a lot better with the controls, so moving is nowhere near as much of an issue as it was before. The only big problems that are still there are the small screen and latency, which aren't going to go anywhere anytime soon. Once that was done, it was time to fight the first boss.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Father Gascoigne, a humanoid boss equipped with a hunter's axe. Guacamole has 3 phases. His first phase, he dual-wields the one-handed axe and a shotgun. His second phase, where he starts two-handing the axe, and his third phase, where he transforms into a fast beast. At first, the latency made parrying a challenge, but as the fight went on, I got a better sense of his timing, though it was still far from perfect. I tried using the tombstones to create distance to catch my breath and heal before remembering I forgot to equip the music box, an item that allows you to temporarily stun the boss. I use it to get a few hits in, but I'm not able to do any meaningful damage with them. We trade attacks and I send Gasoline into his third phase, where he turns into a massive wolf-like beast. In this phase, he becomes a lot faster and does even more damage. I use the music box to try and backstab him, but he backs against a wall, so all I can do is get a bit of chip damage in. I managed to parry his next attack and get him down to one-shot range, but I missed the next parry and get comboed to death. Attempt 2. I walk up the stairs and try again. I manage to dodge his opening shot and get an early parry, however he ducks under my next attempt and hits me twice, taking me down to half health. I trade a hit for the music box and attempt to backstab him, but I overshot and missed. After a few more missed parries and a trade with our guns, I managed to parry him again and send him into second phase. I use the music box to buy time so I can collect my blood echoes before landing 2 parries and sending him into third phase. Once again, I use the music box to try and backstab, and once again he puts his back against a wall and blocks me. After fighting with the camera, I completely whiff a shot and multiple parries and almost get killed a second time. But fortune was on my side, and I successfully parried his next attack and put the old hunter out of his misery. I light the lantern and collect the red brooch in Genghis Khan's boss room, and then return to the hunter's dream to level up. I return to Sentry Yarnum to fight the optional boss in the area, the Cleric Beast, a massive monster with horns and a deformed arm. I shoot its eyes to stagger the boss and land a critical hit, then begin to chip away at its health bar. This boss is pretty easy, its attacks are slow and telegraphed, and for how large it is, the damage is pretty light. Another boss down. I return to the hunter's dream to level up again. Thank you all so much for watching this. At least I hope you're watching this. I really hope I'm not putting myself through this for nothing. If you like challenge runs like this and want to see more, my friend and I are currently streaming an Elden Ring challenge run that is much, much worse than this, but, you know, subscribe, like, notification, all that horse shit. See you around, gamers.